Welcome to Bethlehem Institute of Engineering. Bethlehem Institute of Engineering is affiliated to Anna University, Chennai and approved by AICTE, New Delhi. This institution was established in the year 2008.
Good morning, students. Today I am going to discuss the topic about welding, and I am going to discuss the various applications and various working process of welding. So let's begin with introduction. Welding. The welding is the process of joining similar metals by the application of heat and can be obtained with or without the application of pressure and with or without the addition of filler metal. This process is known as welding. During welding, the edges of these metal pieces are either melted or brought to a plastic medium or plastic conditions. The welding process is used for making permanent joints, which is obtained by homogeneous mixture of two materials. The homogeneous mixture is nothing but the same, that means the metals of electrode and parent metal will be same. That is known as homogeneous mixture. Now, let's see some advantages of welding process. A, a good weld is strong as the base metal, and the welding equipment should be very low cost. And nowadays, the portable welding equipments are also available. Welding permits considerable freedom in design. Large number of metals or alloys, similar and dissimilar metals, can be joined by using welding process. Welding join workpieces, spot, continuous pressure tight seams end to end and in a number of configurations. Welding can be mechanized. And some disadvantages of welding. Welding gives up harmful radiation, fumes, and spatters. Welding results in residual stresses and a distortion of workpieces. Jigs and fixtures are required. Edge preparation of the workpieces is required before welding process. Only the skilled welder can do a good welding job. Welding heat produces metallurgical changes. Structure of the welding joint is not same as the parent metal. Now let's see some applications of welding. Welding finds widespread application in almost all branches in engineering industry. Okay, first in aircraft construction. In aircraft construction, welding is used for mounting engines, turbine frame for a jet engine, tanks, ducts, etc. In automobile industry, for constructing rear axle housing, frame, bodywork, wheels, and brackets. In civil engineering, for constructing bridges, buildings, storage tanks, piping and pipelines, pressure vessels, etc. In railway industry, for mounting engine, underframe, front and rear tools, etc. In shipbuilding industry, for making shell frames, deck frames, bulkhead stiffeners, etc. And fabrication, repair of broken and damaged components such as machines, tool, punches, dies, jigs, fixtures, clamps, household furnitures, and etc. These are all the some important applications where the welding is used. Not only this, welding plays a wide area in engineering industry. And now the welding can be further classified into several two types. Classification of welding process. First one is plastic welding. Second one is fusion welding. In plastic welding, the metal parts are heated to a plastic state and pressed together to make the joint. That means an external pressure is applied to make the joint. Hence, this is also known as pressure welding. But in plastic welding, there is no filler metal is used. Example, resistance welding, forge welding, etc. Second one is fusion welding or non-pressure welding. In fusion welding, the metal at the joint is heated to a molten state and then it is allowed to solidify or then it is allowed to cool. In this process, there is no pressure is applied. Hence, it is also known as non-pressure welding. Example, gas welding, arc welding, and thermic welding. Now, there will be some types of welding. The welding is already classified into fusion welding and plastic welding. Again, the fusion welding and plastic weldings are further classified into several types. Let's see fusion welding. Fusion welding is further classified into thermic welding, arc welding, and gas welding. The arc welding is further classified into submerged arc welding, plasma arc welding, atomic hydrogen arc welding, MIG welding, metal arc welding, carbon arc welding, and electroslag welding. Now, the gas welding is further classified into oxyacetylene and oxyhydrogen welding. Now, the plastic welding is further classified into five types: explosive welding, ultrasonic welding, electric resistance welding, friction welding, and forge welding. Now, the electric resistance welding is further classified into five more types: butt welding, spot welding, seam welding, projection welding, and percussion weldings. Now, we want to know what is meant by plastic welding and what is meant by fusion welding. What are the differentiation between plastic welding and fusion welding? Let's see. First, in plastic welding, parts to be joined are heated to a plastic state, but in fusion welding, parts to be joined are heated to a molten state. There is a difference between plastic state and molten state. Second one, pressure is applied to accomplish the weld, to complete the weld, but in fusion welding, there is no pressure is applied. In plastic welding, third point, in plastic welding, no filler metal is used, but in fusion welding, filler metal is required. Fourth point, effect of pressure weld is similar to hot working treatment. Fusion welding are similar to casting since the metal solidifies from the liquid state. Fifth point, it is a single step process, but in fusion welding, it will not complete in single step. Number of turns may be needed to complete the weld. Sixth point, no reaction of weld metal with the atmosphere. There is no reaction during the welding process. But in fusion welding, possibility of defects such as slag inclusion and contamination by atmospheric gases. Let's begin with a welding process, arc welding. This arc welding is most widely used and ease of use on high production rates. This method is used widely in most of the industries, and and it is used for production rate, high production rates. Okay. In arc welding process, the heat is developed by an electric arc. The electric arc is produced between electrode and work. In arc welding, the heat is developed by an electric arc, and the electric arc is produced between electrode and workpiece. Let's discuss the main components in arc welding. This is electrode. That means number four. Number four denotes electrode or filler metal. Number one, it denotes parent metal or base metal. Number two denotes deposited area. That means completed area, welding completed area. That is deposited area. Okay. Number three, carter. Arc welding is the process of joining two metal pieces by melting their edges by an electric arc. Already discussed, in arc welding, the heat is developed by an electric arc. So, arc welding is the process of joining two metal pieces by melting their edges by an electric arc. In arc welding, the electrical energy is converted into heat energy. We need heat energy, so only the metals will be melted. Metal edges will be melted. The electrode and workpieces are brought nearer to each other with a small gap of 3 mm approximately. The metal pieces are brought nearer to each other. The electrode and parent metals are brought nearer to each other. This gap will be approximately 3 mm. Then the current is passed through the workpiece and the electrode to produce an electric arc. After supplying the current, the electric arc will be produced in the electrode. This electric arc will melt the edges of the electrode as well as the base metal, that means parent metal. And the workpiece also melted by an electric arc. The electrode is also melted and hence the both workpieces became a single piece without applying any external pressure. The temperature at the hottest region, that means the temperature at the arc, this area, is 5000 degree to 6000 degree Celsius. And now the electrode used in the arc welding, this electrode used in this welding are generally coated with a flux. The electrodes are generally coated with a flux. The flux is used to prevent the reaction of molten metal with atmospheric air. During welding process, the flux will protect the atmospheric reactions. It also removes the impurities from molten metal and form a slag. This is slag. This region is deposited slag. The slag get deposited over the weld metal. This thick region is slag and it will deposited over the welded metal. This slag protects the weld seams from rapid cooling. The molten metal is forced out by a pull by the electric arc. Hence, a small depression. This is the small depression is formed in the parent metal where the molten metal is peeled out. This is known as arc carter. This is known as arc carter. This area is known as arc carter. The distance between tip of the electrode and the bottom of the arc carter is known as arc length. This is the working principle of arc welding. And there is some advantages and disadvantages will be there. Voltage is low. These are the equipments used in arc welding. That means ACR, DC machine, transformer, motor, etc. Electrode. That means filler metal. Electrode holder, earthing clamps, wire brush. Wire brush is for cleaning the base metal. Shipping camera, cable connector, helmet, apron. These are all the safety precautions used while welding. Next, classification of electrodes. Electrodes are further classified into two types. One is consumable electrode and another one is non-consumable electrode. First one is non-consumable electrode. It is made up of carbon, graphite and tungsten. Do not consume during welding. The main important is the non-consumable electrode will not consume during welding. It will produce only arc, and the The arc will heat the base metal. And for non-consumable electrode, the tungsten electrode will be used. Second one is consumable electrode. This plain bare arc coated metal is used in metal arc weldings. It is made up of steel, cast iron, copper, brass, bronze, or aluminum. In consumable electrode, it will consume during welding process. It will consume during welding process. Next one is MIG welding, metal inert gas welding. This is also a fusion welding process. This process is also called as gas metal arc welding, GMAW. That means gas metal arc welding or metal inert gas welding, MIG welding. It is shortly called as MIG welding. In this arc welding, this is also a type of arc welding. In this arc welding, the electric arc is produced between consumable metal electrode and workpiece. Here, the consumable electrode is used. Consumable electrode is nothing but it will consume during the welding process. During welding, the arc welding zone are surrounded by an inert gas. In this welding, the arc area, the welding area, arc area, the welding zone will be surrounded by an inert gases. Here, what are the inert gases? Argon, helium, etc. Here, the argon or helium is used as inert gas, and this gas protect weld from the atmosphere. This gas protects the welding area from the atmosphere. This area will be protected from the atmosphere by inert gases. That means shielding gas. The electrode is fed continuously through the welding head because during welding, the electrode is melted by an arc and deposited over the workpiece. Because here we are using consumable electrode during the welding process, the electrode also, the electrode and metal, the both will be melted together and deposited over the base metal, and the metal will be welded together. In this MIG welding, the welding can be done by either manually or automatically. Here we are using either DC generator or AC transformer for supplying current. The current ranges from the 100 to 400 ampere depending upon the diameter of the wire. Depending upon the diameter of the wire. Applications. While coming to the application, this process is used for making thick plates, welding thick plates. It is used for welding aluminium, stainless steel, nickel, and magnesium without welding defects. Without welding defects. In normal welding, there will be some defects. There will form some defects after the completion of welding. But in metal inert gas welding, there is no defects after completion of welding. Here the advantages. The advantages. No flux is required. There is no required of flux. Welding speed is high. Welding speed is high. Cheaper process. This is one of the cheapest process. Possible to weld non-ferrous metals and some limitations. Limitation means disadvantages. Belt pull is not visible to the operator. Special arrangement required for feeding the electrodes because this is consumable electrode, and while operating automatically, it should be arranged for special feeding arrangements. Next, applications. Applications used for it is used for welding thick plates, aluminum added alloy, stainless steel, high strength steel, in automobile industry, long high speed weld, or fairly heavy material fabrications of railroad. Next one is thick welding. Next one is thick welding. The construction and principle working for TIG welding and MIG welding is similar, but the electrode used in TIG welding is entirely different from MIG welding. In MIG welding, consumable electrode is used, but in TIG welding, non-consumable electrode will be used. Let's see the working principle. Let's see the main components involved in TIG welding. Just the gas supply, welding power source AC generator or DC supply. This is the electrode holder. This is the gas passage. The inert gas will be surrounded. This is a base metal. Okay. In TIG welding, the electric arc is produced between non-consumable tungsten electrode, and the workpiece. This is the non-consumable tungsten electrode. Well, coming to the point, non-consumable means it will not consume during the welding process. The arc will be produced. The only main important thing is the only arc will be produced at the tip of the electrode. The electrode will not consume during the welding process. There is an electrode holder which is non-consumable tungsten electrode is fixed when the arc is produced. By supplying the electric power between electrode and the workpiece, the inert gas from the cylinder passes through the nozzle of the welding head around the electrode. While supplying the power, the gas will pass from the cylinder through the nozzle of the welding head and protect the welding area. The inert gas surrounds the arc and protects the weld from the atmospheric effects, and hence defects-free joints are made. We already discussed in MIG welding. After completion of the weld, there will be no defects. There will be no defects. But in gas welding or arc welding, but in arc welding, there will be a defects. Some defects will be produced. But in TIG welding and MIG welding, there is no defects. Defects-free weld. Here, the electrode used, that means electrode, non-consumable electrode used is tungsten. It is made up of tungsten. It is a high melting point. It has the high melting point of about 330 degree Celsius. 330 degree Celsius. It will not melt during the welding. We already discussed the tungsten, that means non-consumable electrode, will not consume during the welding, not melted during the welding. This process is used for welding steel, aluminum, cast iron, magnesium, stainless steel, nickel-based alloys, copper-based alloys, and low alloy steels. It is used for combining the dissimilar metals in hard phasing and surfacing of metals. And the main important thing is this process is used for metals having thickness less than 6.5 mm. This thick welding is used for only the metals having thickness of less than 6.5 mm. Next, advantages. High quality weld in non-porous metals. Practically no weld cleaning is necessary. No flux is necessary. High welding speed. Arc and weld pool are visible to the welder. And some disadvantages or limitations. Suitable for thin sheets only. Thick sheets, filler metal requirements make it difficult to use, and applications. Fusion welding of aluminum and alloy, stainless steel, magnesium alloy, nickel-based alloy, carbon and low alloy steels, used for combining of dissimilar metals, hard facing and surfacing of metals. Next, the comparisons over MIG welding and TIG welding. Here, we are using in MIG welding, we already discussed, consumable electrode is used. In TIG welding, non-consumable electrode is used. Second point, metal electrode is used. Here, the electrode tungsten. That means tungsten. It is made up of tungsten and its alloy. In MIG welding, we can weld thicker sheets. In TIG welding, we can weld only thin sheets. The power source is constant voltage type, and the power source for TIG is constant current type. Weld pool is not visible in MIG welding, and weld pool is clearly visible in TIG welding. The torch is cooled by air or water cooled, and the torch is cooled by water cooled. The shielding gases are carbon dioxide, argon, and helium. In TIG welding, the shielding gases are argon and helium only. In MIG welding, it can weld non-ferrous metal, but in TIG welding, high quality weld in non-ferrous metals. Next, submerged arc welding. We already discussed arc welding, but this is submerged arc welding. Let's see the some important components in submerged arc welding. This is base metal, weld metal, welding direction, power supply, electrode, welding flux feed. Here we are supplying the flux material additionally. In submerged arc welding, the electric arc is produced between consumable electrode and workpiece, same as arc welding. But the arc is completely submerged. That means hidden. The arc will not visible outside. The metal electrode is continuously fed from the real by a moving head. The metal electrode is continuously The metal electrode is continuously fed from real by the moving head. The flux powder is fed in front of moving head. This is the flux powder. This is the flux powder. This will be supplied in the moving head in front of electrode. The flux powder is fed in front of the moving head and it is supplied by a hopper. This is called hopper and the flux material will be supplied in the hopper. When the electric arc is produced in the welding zone at the end of the electrode and the arc is completely covered by a flux material. This is not so while covering the arc will be covered by the flux material. So the arc will not be visible outside. So the name is known as submerged arc welding. The arc will be completely hidden inside due to the supplying of flux material. The flux material used here is silica, metal oxide and other components fused together and then pressed to the proper size. The flux is not only protect the welding surface from the atmosphere and also act as a deoxidizer and scavenger. It may also contain powder metal alloying elements. The flux covers the arc and molten metal. So it protects from the atmospheric reactions. It covers the arc and molten metal. So it protects the reactions from atmosphere. So it prevents from slag inclusion like that. The voltage used here is 25 to 40 volt and the current used depend upon the workpiece of thickness. Normally DC is supplied using 600 Normally DC is supplied using 600 ampere to 1000 ampere. This submerged arc welding is used especially for welding carbon sheets and alloy steels. It can be used to weld chromium steels and chromium nickel steels. Plates of 12 to 50 mm can be welded in one pass. So these are the working principle of welding, submerged arc welding, and this is some advantages in submerged arc welding. Doing faster welding, we can do fast welding. Large welding, electrode 12 mm can be welded. Able to weld thick plates. Arc is completely submerged, so no spatters from the molten metal. This is the main important point. Arc is completely submerged inside, so the arc is not visible outside. Deeper penetration with high quality weld. This distortion, op- operator work easily without safety equipment because the spatters will not be come outside. Limitations: more economically for large weld only. This is suitable for only large weld. Not possible to manually feed the wire into the joint. The feeding rate is high. Need special arrangement for containing backing the molten metal. Application: used for welding low carbon steel, alloy steel, and stainless steel. Used for cladding or overlaying of large components. Okay, students. Thank you.